Hey, what's up? What's going on, you guys? So today we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, I did miss last week because I think it was New Year's weekend, so I was just not trying to do any recaps. That's just it. So we are back this week and we are doing it, honey. Okay. So it starts off with Kenya and Cynthia. They were together and they were getting their dogs like little baths and also catching up and talking. And Cynthia, she was not trying to give her dog a bath. She's like, he has a groomer for that and he doesn't really like anybody else doing it for him. I didn't know that's what we were going to be doing. So she kind of sat that one out and let Kenya do her thing real quick. And they also was talking about Matt, and it kind of seems like her and Matt really aren't together because she's like, oh, she's kind of leaving him alone because after her dad talked to him, that's kind of like what he suggested, and they're not really communicating or anything. So I'm like, y'all pretty much not together. If you really talk about all the little things that you just said, like, we're not communicating, we're not talking, well, talking, communicating, same thing. We're not sending each other messages, we're not hanging out, we're not dating or anything, so you're not really together pretty much. And Peter, he's having a grand opening for his Club One, and he decided not to invite Cynthia because he just didn't want it to be awkward, and he just felt like, I guess it was kind of early, but he did invite everybody else like that's around her. Well, not everybody, but he invited Cynthia to host. He also invited Todd to come. Kandi couldn't make it because she has her own little situation, her own little event going popping down for her Kandi Coated Nights. So that's her main priority, of course. You can't put your dreams aside for somebody else. I mean, friend or no friend. And so yeah, when Kenya and Cynthia were talking about that, she did feel some type of way, but Kenya was like, you know what, I want you to come with me, and I'm going to be working because I'm hosting or whatever, so definitely want you to be there. So she was like, you know what, she's going to go ahead and crash the party. And of course, you know, she got to look butter banging if she's going to do that, because you can't go to your ex's event showing up uninvited and look crusty and dusty. No, you got to look bad, you know? Kandi's ex-assistant, he posted a photo talking about I had to separate myself from the fake and something about loyalty. And Todd showed it to Kandi like, oh, what is this about? It's a picture with us in there. And she's like, you know, she's like, right now, I'm not with all the BS. Like, I will tell you about yourself real quick. And she's just like, that's crazy because even though she let him go, she still works with him. Like, she gets services from him and allows him to do things for her. So for him to post up this picture talking about people's fake, like, that kind of got to her a little bit. She's like, you know, she's definitely going to be addressing that because she's about to give him money, like, for some services that he provided. So that's crazy. So she did speak to him later on, and when she was getting her event together, because he's helping her with that. I guess he does event planning or something like that. And he was just like, the reason why he posted is because that's the way he felt some type of way when Don Juan let him go. He felt like they should have all had to sit down before that happened or whatever. Because I guess he's been working with her for quite some time, for like 4 years. So he was hurt. And that's pretty much it. I mean, but that's how, I think that's the thing about when you're somebody's assistant or you're somebody's, like, you know, something that's real close, especially with celebrities. You know, a lot of times it's just you and them one-on-one. You're always working for them all the time. Sometimes that might be your only celebrity person or whatever. Or maybe you could have got them through a hookup or something. And you get so close to them, you know their family and things like that. So you kind of feel like your family and you feel some type of way when they let you go. But at the end of the day, they're not your family and it's a job. And that's what I think some people fail to remember. So that's the same thing that went down. He was like, oh, I felt some type of way. So she's like, well, hold on. Like, she read him his rights, boo. I mean, she went in on him. And she's like, well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and I'm going to take my fake money and let this be the last fake check that you get. Okay? Because I'm not finna be talking about this back and forth. That's just it. I was like, well, I know he feeling some type of way right now. You know, maybe you shouldn't have posted that picture. I bet you wish you didn't post that picture on Instagram now, right about now. I mean, you try to be slick and you done messed up your business because now she's taking away her business from you, which I'm pretty sure she was paying him decent. But he said that he wasn't getting compensated enough. I don't know. And she's also taking most likely taking clients, you know, if they know that she's not working with him anymore, they're probably not going to work with him anymore either. And he, from what she said, and he pretty much agreed by being silent, he got a lot of business based off of her as well. So at the end of the day, she helped you out to help your business. You know what I mean? To enhance something that doesn't even have anything to do with her. Which she didn't have to do. You let somebody go, like, that's it at the end of the day. But nah, she's still giving you her coins and stuff. So, you know what? I'm with Kandi on this, you know, because a lot of people be trying to walk all over her a lot of times. Todd and Kandi, they also spoke about that whole situation from last week where Portia was trying to come for her because she mentioned that Phaedra was pretty much talking to somebody while she was still married, which she swore that she wasn't talking to Chocolate or whatever his name was. She didn't have no other guy, but of course your besties know everything, and that's the thing. So he was like, please, like, Portia can't say nothing because she's popped off for less than that. So please. And that's true. Like, you just doing that because that's your friend. At the end of the day, like, don't comfort Kandi when you don't even, I mean, she knows about the situation, but you don't have any say so in anything. You know what I mean? And if it was her, if it was turned around, she would have went off too, and she would have most likely told the little secrets. So please, when Phaedra do her wrong, she gonna know, and she gonna feel the same way. Just watch. We gonna be saying this in the next season. We're gonna be like, I remember she was the same one going hard for the girl. Portia, she's been dreaming about this and looking at these new houses and stuff like that. And some message that came in. She's been looking at these houses worth like $1 million, and she's talking about, oh, that's not bad, you know. But yeah, she's giving up the house that she's currently in, which everyone told her was like way too big for her. But she just wanted to like dream big. I remember she said that this is like she's going forward for her future and things like that. And now she has to get out of that house because the lease expired. And so that means she didn't buy the house. She was pretty much renting the house, and not rent to own, obviously. It was just rent. And now she going back to her mama's house, starting back at square one again. Now she got to sneak her boot thing into the house. And it's just like weird. Like, girl, you a grown up. You don't got to be sneaking your boyfriend into the house. I guess it makes it a little more exciting or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, she's kind of like taking a few steps back in order to gather herself together, and hopefully she'll be able to get that dream house. She wants to get something real grand too. And I'm just like, you know, I don't know. I guess she's dreaming big, but if you want to be thinking about the future and everything, you should think about, you know, trying to get that future going. I guess that's what she's trying to do with this guy. And, you know, y'all two get the house together at the end of the day. That way it won't be solely your house. But I guess she want to be the one to be like, you got to get out if he mess up. Which, you know, I ain't mad at it. Sheree, she goes to see her publisher with her Mama Joyce wig on. And she's going to be doing what she said she was doing? She said she's going to be publishing a book, like a tell-all book. So, you know, all the side chicks and everything else in Hot Atlanta. So a few people going to be mad at her, but she getting them coins and she don't care about that. Because she got all the tea, and it's all from people that be around her. I'm like, it's going to get messy, honey. If people know that it's her that they talking about. But she said some of it is you know, based off of things that happen, and some of it is fictional. So I guess it's a combination, kind of like people's story times here on YouTube. So yeah, this Johnny guy from earlier, the ex-assistant that I was talking about, he goes to see Phaedra. And he's all dappered up, honey. He looked like he was ready. Ready for what? I don't know, but he was ready. And he goes, he tells her that, I guess he's trying to sue Kandi because he says that he was working for her. She's like, yeah, I remember you was doing everything. You was doing the event coordinator. You was the chauffeur. You was the cook. You was doing a little bit of everything. And he's like, yeah, but he wasn't compensated. He wasn't compensated correctly. So he says that he used to work 80-hour shifts. He ain't getting no medical, no dental. He ain't getting none of that. He had Obamacare. And I'm like, how you get Obamacare? Like, you wasn't reporting your money. Was you just getting regular checks? Like, you wasn't getting real, like, you know, official payroll type of paychecks? You know, because how the hell you can still get Obamacare? I'm pretty sure you wasn't making no $10 an hour. You know what I mean? But yeah, he said that that's what he had to do. And she's like, what? You know, she was so sipping on this tea, honey. She was loving it. She's like, yes, you know, like this is my chance to really come back at Kandi real quick. Come back at her through the court system. So yeah, that's what he says that and he also says that him and Kandi had went downtown Atlanta to go check on some restaurants. And, you know, she's like, oh, so you guys were actively looking for the restaurants, the venue, and everything, too? And she's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, she come talking about she's opening up a restaurant with Todd. Like, what? And I'm like, how are you saying what? Like, you know, that's normal. That's her husband. Why would she not open up a restaurant with him? Why would she open up a restaurant with somebody that's her personal assistant? You know, like, you don't know how long that relationship is going to last, and then you're going to be stuck in a partnership with this person until one person lets go of it. Like, nah, who does that? So, yeah, that's how them two was going down with that situation. So, yeah, he's going hard right now. He's trying to get that money because he's hurt right now. He probably got mad that she was yelling at him, and he's trying to come back at her. Cynthia and Kenya, they go to a hotel. They're like getting ready for the event later on, for Peter's event. And Kenya pulls Cynthia to the side and talks to her about the situation that's going down with her. So apparently, or whatever, Matt, he is supposed to be coming to the event because he was invited by Peter. First she said it was all good, but then last minute she was like, you know what? Nah, I don't think it's a good idea for him to come. I don't want us to be arguing or anything. So, yeah, just cancel his flight because Peter paid for his flight to come and everything. And he went on the shade room and was like, oh, I went to TSA to go and get my ticket to get on the plane to go to this event. And what happens? Guess who blocked me from being able to go on the plane? Guess who? Guess who canceled my ticket? Kenya Moore. Yo, hilarious. So then he also texts her like, yo, you are gonna regret this. You better not call the cops or you'll regret it. You better not even flirt with another man or you're gonna regret it. You need to come back to me with open arms. Like, I'm like, this is why, like, you should know the people that you could text message certain things to. Certain things you just gotta call people on the phone. Or maybe not even call them. You gotta talk to them in person. Outside in the bushes where you know there's no cameras available, there's no audio devices being used. You know, you gotta pat them down real quick because somebody like Kenya is gonna put your business on blast. She's on a reality show. This is giving her a good reality, you know, and giving her the voice of the people and women that have been battered, abused, domestic violence and things like that. Now she's getting support. So she can use this to her advantage. I mean, it's sad to say, and this could be a real storyline or whatever, but at the end of the day, it does work to her advantage. And it helps her to get more up there and more popular. So, yeah, that's all the things that he was saying. So Cynthia walks into the party looking like an ice cream cone, as Peter referred her, or referenced, or whatever. You know, that's what Peter said. And she looked amazing. Her little curves was popping, everything. The dress was fitting right. And he was just like smiling. He's like, wow, she looks amazing. And she does tell him that she didn't think that Kenya was going to be coming. But eventually Kenya did actually come. The good thing about Cynthia popping up was that they got to talk. They were actually like flirting with each other. They just seemed like, you know, it's like the good days. When you have that boo thing that you was with, but y'all broke up, and you just kind of see each other again, maybe at the mall or something, and you guys are kind of just talking about what's currently going on, and you're smiling, you're giggling, and you're just like, wow, like you feel that attraction, but then you remember in the back of your head the reasons why y'all broke up. I feel like that's what was going on with them. Or mainly with Cynthia, because she's more cognizant of the reason why she decided to file for a divorce. So yeah, I mean, they was good and everything, but Matt did actually arrive to the event, but he was outside. He tried to talk to Kenya. He's like, yo, let me talk to you for a minute. Let me talk to you. She's like, oh my God, he's dangerous. She's telling her driver, he's dangerous. Be careful. No, I'm not going out there. And he pulls up to the window. He says, this is his side. Well, her side of the story is he just pulled up, punched the dude, the driver, and walked away. But when Peter and Todd tried to talk to Matt and see what was going on in his head real quick and just to make sure he wasn't coming back, he said that when he went to go talk to her, he tried to look inside the window on one of those. And when he did that, the dude started rolling up the window and getting his neck. So he said he punched dude in the face. I mean, if that's the real story, anybody in their right mind would try to defend themselves. Somebody's about to chop your neck off in a window, I'd punch somebody out too, you know, do whatever I can. I'd probably even kick in your window. I mean, I don't know if my foot would kind of maneuver and do all of that extra stuff, but I try to do what I could do in order to, you know, get it popping, you know what I mean? And make sure my neck doesn't fall off. So he did end up like getting back in his car. He drove off. And when they talked to him, they was just like, you know what? I think y'all just need to like cut it, end it. And he's like, you know what? I feel like strings are being pulled. And if that's what I should do, then she needs to do that as well and stop contacting me, telling me to come meet her there or there. And when Peter came back and spoke to Kenya, he did tell her that, like, he feels like pulls are being, pulls are being strung. Strings are being pulled, and Todd mentioned that as well. And you just need to like really leave him alone. She's like, but I don't. He's like, yeah, but you told him to come too, didn't you? And she's like, yeah, I did. So they kind of like shut her down real quick because she's always trying to defend herself. And there's so many people like that. Like you do something wrong, but you don't want to admit to it. You know what I mean? Or you feel like what you did wasn't wrong until somebody actually opens up your eyes and lets you realize what it was that you did wrong. So I think they're like really done. Like she was crying in the confessional saying that this is messed up because she feels like he had so much potential. I just feel like she kind of felt like he was a project that he was working on, and she wanted to mold him into the man that she know that she wanted. And because he didn't have a lot, she felt like it would be easier to do so. I kind of feel that way. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but that's what I feel from looking in, from the outside looking in, on the glimpses that we've seen. So at the end of the night, Peter, he was leaving or whatever, and he made sure that he spoke to the woman who's still his wife at the moment, Mrs. Thomas. And he told her that his house is just like, I think he said 3 minutes away. He said 3 or 30. He said something with a 3. And he was like, you know, like give it a little hint. Let's do a little nightcap real quick. I mean, we're not going to be committing no sins because we still married at the end of the day. You know, but without saying all of that, you know, just keeping it real, like, sexy, giving her those eyes, you know. And she did say he was looking real good, you know, like a sexy piece of chocolate. So she was just like, you know, she smiled. I think it's because of the cameras were there too, and, you know, it's like, damn, like, I'm gonna look bad on TV type of thing. Like, I'm the one who initiated this. The media is gonna go hard. I think that could be part of the reason maybe why she said no. But she was like, you know, it's just a little awkward right now, and she's just like, I'm gonna go. And I mean, she might have regretted it, or she might have had the time of her life, who knows. But that's what she decided to do, which, you know, it makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty much the recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me know what you guys thought down below. And we're getting back into the flow. I will see you guys back tomorrow for Love and Hip Hop New York. And then on Tuesday we have Haves and Have-Nots. And we're back here again on Sunday. All right, I will see you guys on the next one.